I made $10,000 a month on Etsy once I learned this. In today's video, I'm going to give you the one thing that helped me get to $10,000 a month by my 4th month on Etsy. And this is also the one thing that has kept my revenue the most consistent, where I have never dropped below $10,000 a month in the past 7 years. If you're new here, my name is Dylan Jarvis. I'm an Etsy seller over 7 years. I have applied my corporate e-commerce background to Etsy, and that's how I've made over $1 million in profit. And now I'm teaching thousands of Etsy sellers to do the same thing. This one thing that got me to 10K per month in revenue, driving organic traffic. That means no paid ads. You have got to drive organic traffic. You cannot just sit back and wait for the algorithm to catch up. People on YouTube will tell you not to use social media to get traffic to your Etsy shop, and they say that it's going to kill your conversion rate, which will kill your shop. They say that you driving your own traffic will make you rank lower. This is completely false, because if you are getting your optimized listings in front of warm leads, people who are ready to buy them, Etsy will love you for that. It's bringing Etsy free customers. So when I started on Etsy, I learned that it's very much an even playing field if you just stay on Etsy. If you're only relying on showing up in Etsy search results, you're not utilizing all the tools you have available, because there's only so many levers to pull within the platform to win. So how do you beat everyone else? You have to do what everyone else is not willing to do. And for me, that came down to getting my stuff in front of the right customers and taking everything that I knew about marketing and applying that to my Etsy shop. And to illustrate this, I'm going to show you a power listing from my shop. This is a power listing that has done over $100,000. It only shows the last 6 years where it's done $99,000. I want to show you here the traffic. In the traffic, you can see that 62% of this traffic came from social media. Now, if you look at the conversion rate and take a look at the visits and the orders, you can see that the conversion rate on this was 0.7%. Yet this is one of my highest volume listings. Now, when we take a look at the social media, it drove over 107,000 visits of the 172,000 visits. And if you look at where the traffic came from, you can see that Pinterest drove 99% of the traffic to this listing. And it's only because this listing was perfectly optimized for Pinterest. It would have never gotten this traffic if we had not done the Pinterest optimization. Facebook drove just under 1%, so not even 1,000 visits. Instagram, very small. Tumblr and Twitter, negligible. Now, the key here was focusing on getting this product in front of customers who were ready to buy, warm leads. Pinterest and Facebook are two of the strongest ways to do that, to get in front of new customers. Instagram, we really focus on nurturing our current customers with Instagram. Instagram is great for driving up the lifetime value of your customer and nurturing current customers, but in terms of getting your product in front of new customers, warm leads who are ready to buy, Facebook and Pinterest are my two favorite places to do that. So Pinterest, what is the big secret with the Pinterest strategy? The Pinterest strategy that I use for Etsy is the exact same that I used for my blog. And I was a blogger a long time ago. I got millions of hits on that blog. It's actually how I met my husband, but that's another story. I applied the same principles to Etsy and it worked great. It works great for all my students. Now, it is the long game, so it's not instant gratification by any means, but it is so worth it. And it got me over 100,000 visits on this listing. And that's why I teach my students to optimize their listings for Pinterest. So it takes a high volume of pins with this strategy, but over time, it really works. The next thing I want to touch on is Facebook. Now, Facebook didn't drive a ton of traffic to this particular listing, but it was the biggest social media platform that I used when I started on Etsy, and it got me to over $10,000 a month in revenue by my 4th month on Etsy. Facebook, I find, gets you in front of the warmest leads, the people who are most ready to buy. Now, we are not spamming people. You do not need to ask your family and friends to help you. And if you don't want to feel like an MLM, sneaking into people's messages saying, hey, sis, I love your shirt. This necklace would look great with that. You don't have to do that, okay? You can literally use Facebook how it's intended to be used, in a completely transparent way where it's completely obvious that you are selling something. The next thing that I used to get traffic was not something I'd recommend today, but I want to show you this because it's the principle. And this is Craigslist. I blasted my stuff all over Craigslist and I did get traffic. I got some local buyers, but the way I would apply this to your shop now is by using things like Nextdoor, right? It's a more common, less sketchy platform, similar to Craigslist, same idea. Now, if you're going to do something like local pickup for physical products, still make sure that you run that sale through Etsy so you can make it count. And if you need help not losing your star seller badge, just let us know. We have a workaround for that. And then the final way that I drove organic traffic to my Etsy shop throughout the last 7 years is really going direct to businesses. And this works if you are B2B, but it also works if you are a traditional B2C kind of a shop, and it's just about packaging your items in a way where it is positioned for another business. And the easiest way to do that is by adding a logo or adding branded color schemes to anything you do. Being willing to do that, you can make something instantly ready for selling to another business. Businesses have overhead. Businesses spend a lot of money, and things that you are selling to them, it's probably a tax deduction. And if you can offer a great turnaround time, great service, and great quality, businesses are willing to pay for that. Sometimes people are willing to pay more for that for their business than for themselves. The thing I love about selling to businesses is that you can go directly to them. They're not going to find you on Etsy. You're going directly to them, but you can get high volume orders, like 30 pieces plus on a physical product. And then on both physical products and digital products, you can really increase your multi-item orders by serving that customer for years. So once a business finds a vendor that they like, they are going to keep coming back to you. It's like a good employee, right? Once you find a good one, you don't want to let them go. If you can become a vendor for businesses, you will see a lot of repeat business, and your sales will grow with a compounding effect just with that segment of your customers. The key to all of this, the reason why this works, is because we are driving warm traffic, people who are ready to buy. We're not going into a random Etsy forum on Facebook and doing a follow for follow or favorite for favorite kind of game. We're not driving cold traffic that's just going to go to your page and bounce. You might as well be driving bots to your page if you're going to do that. We want to drive warm leads, people who are actually your customer, to your shop. And finally, I want to dispel one myth, and that is that the Facebook strategy doesn't work nowadays. And I find that it works the same, if not better now than ever before. Some of my students even do more volume through Facebook than they do on Etsy. I want to show you some of these results just of using Facebook. You can see Tracy, her week over week results. You can see these percentage increases. And when I ask which strategies helped her the most, she called out Facebook and Instagram along with SEO. Another person, Kayla, just did the Facebook strategy. She got 6 sales from it. And then we have another person, her name is Sam, and she had her first month over $4,000. And I asked what strategy is helping you the most, and she said Facebook for sure. Do not sleep on the Facebook strategy. If you are confused about how to use it, how to drive traffic, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, any of it, just reach out to us. That is our expertise. I have built all my businesses, including my current coaching business, through organic marketing. And I love teaching people how to do this because there's so much you can do to build in organic traffic before even thinking about turning to ads. So if you are in need of more help, just comment below with your shop and say organic traffic, and we'll reach out to you. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.
I've gone from about $1,500 to $2,000 in revenue a month to currently, before the month's finished, $4,200 in revenue. I only joined multi-6-figure Etsy Blueprint about 4 weeks ago now,